So, good day and pleasant day po, ma'am. This is my alternative test in forensic 3. Then, my chosen topic is rape case in Subic, Jennifer Laude case. Primarily in Subic case rape. Kaya ko po siya napili is hometown namin dati is yung Zambales. Kumbaga, quick trivia lang kung bakit nakuha nyo yung interest ko, bakit itong case yung napili ko, dahil naging familiar po ako sa kasong to dati dahil nag-viral siya at napag-usapan ng buong taga-Olonga po nung kasagsagan nun. Then, next, we have the table of contents. Oh. Ayan. Ayan. So, first is the brief summary of the case. Dito, kinuha ko na yung pinaka-precise at saka needed information na kailangan para malaman dun sa case na yun. Then next is the sources of evidence. Next is the forensic procedures, thoughts about the case and the current issues in forensic. So, jumping off the bat na po tayo. Yan. Si Jennifer Laude case. So, yung nakalagay dyan sa PowerPoint is on October 11, 2014, Jennifer Laude, a Filipina trans woman, was drowned to death by Joseph Scott Pemberton, a lance corporal in the United States Marine Corps in Olongapo City, Philippines. Pemberton admitted assaulting Laude and deployed a trans-panic defense on his 2015 trial. So, si Jennifer Laude po, isa po siyang trans women. Then, ang storya po muna, bago pumunta sa case, is kung paano na-commit yung crime. Si Jennifer Laude, tsaka si Scott Pemberton is nag-bar. So, nung nag-bar sila, right after nun, nag-lodge sila. So, nagkasundo sila sa bar. Pagtapos sila makasundo sa bar, dumiretso na sila sa Cell Zone Lodge, nearby motel in the Olongapo, Magsaysay. So, yun yung place or yung designated area na kung saan na commit yung crime. So, si Jennifer Laude, 30 minutes after checking in, Pemberton left the motel, leaving the door to the room ajar. Then, si Jennifer Laude ay natagpuan ng mga staff na nakahubad. Then, right after nila makita na nakahubad siya, is nagpanic na yung mga staff dahil yung ulo niya nakalubog dun sa inidoro. Then, next, ang nangyari naman, right after na makomit ni Pemberton yung crime is yan. His charge was downgraded from murder to homicide dahil yung case is naging partnered sila at the same time, kaya na turn on to homicide. Then in judge on 2015 and he was convicted on December 1, 2015. So na-convict siya, tapos kinahulihan naman nung further investigation. Ilang minutes na? Nung nahuli siya ay nung bandang huli, inamin niya na siya yung pinatay niya si Jennifer Laude dahil sa transphobia. Pag sinabing transphobia, more on homophobic side na kung saan ang pinaniniwalaan niya lang ay lalaki sa lalaki, babae para sa babae. Then next is Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte granted on absolute pardon on Pemberton in September 2020. So last September 2020, as of the sources, nakalaya na siya dahil sa kaso na kinabibilangan niya. So next, we have the sources of evidence. Ang nakalagay dyan sa PowerPoint is condoms recovered from the bathroom were subjected to DNA testing to determine if the semen is contained and match that of Pemberton. Forensic experts from the US Army Criminal Investigation Laboratory determined that one of the 3 condoms and the condom wrapper recovered the motel room had Pemberton's fingerprint. So yung sources ng evidence na available na nakita nila bukod sa the body, syempre, in the crime scene, ang nakita lang nila is yung condom. Yung condom na either ginamit or gagamitin sana kay Jennifer Laude. The next is the forensic procedure. Yan. Sa forensic procedure naman, ang nakalagay dito is, ang nakalagay sa PowerPoint, is the forensic experts from the US Army Criminal Investigation determined that one of the 3 condoms and the condom wrapper recovered from the motel room had Pemberton's fingerprints. The DNA with the condoms also did not match Laude's DNA. The cause of death was reported as asphyxiation by drowning. Pemberton was reported to have later admitted that he murdered Laude after he found out that she was transgender. So yun ang naging main conflict kung bakit na-commit yung crime na tulad ng sinabi ko na nung magsa-sexual intercourse na sila, tsaka nalaman ni Pemberton na transgender lang pala si Laude at hindi tunay na babae. Then sa forensic procedures, kung doon sa mga condom na yon, ang nakuha nilang imprint is yung fingerprint na kung saan yun yung nagsilbing way na maituro na si Pemberton yung may sala. Na kumbaga sa kanya lang na na pumasok yung principle of individuality na kung saan sa kanya nagmatch yung mga fingerprint na yun. Although condom yun, walang semen na nakita dun sa loob ng mga condom. So kumbaga walang ejaculation na nangyari, walang nalaman agad. Bago pa sana sila mag-sexual intercourse, iba na yung nangyari. Kumbaga bumuelo lang ganun. So next would be the thoughts of the case. So ang ko lang is yung case is very brutal at yung masabi ko lang dun sa laboratory report tsaka laboratory nila forensic procedures nila is hindi masyadong mabilis. Kumbaga yung way ng kanilang pagkaka-investigate is kulang kasi death by asphyxiation in drowning. So wala man lang nakitang hair fiber or kahit anong pwede pang lead, either lip print or tsaka kay Pemberton na dun sa nangyari sa kanya, kahit nakapatay siya at saka due to homicide at saka nagkaroon ng absolute pardon, parang hindi makatarungan para kay Jennifer Laude na makalaya pa siya this last 2020, although nag-serve siya to 6 to 12 years sentence na nasa loob ng kulungan. Then the current issues in forensic science, nakalagay dito. Current issues was in every case here in the Philippines, it takes a lot of time to have a final laboratory report dahil mabagal yung investigation tsaka kulang tayo sa equipment. Then it also easily to contaminated and alter cause of lack of our forensic equipments because in our current situation kung bakit madali siyang ma-altered or contaminate, na siya tawag na to, madaling bayaran tsaka madaling manipulahin yung investigation dito sa Pilipinas na kumbaga in our forensic field madali tayong masilaw sa pera dahil sa power tsaka sa pag-implement sa atin ng pera kung na pwede nating i-alter yung investigation tsaka baguhin yung mga result. Yan. The next is the equipments used because of lack or current situation. We do not possess the standard equipments and facilities needed in forensic examination. So, connecting to Jennifer Laude's case, ayun nga, sobrang kulang nung provided evidence tsaka kulang pa tayo sa equipments, hindi tulad ng ibang bansa na more advanced na kahit konting investigation lang is kaya na nilang i-base throughout to technology dahil mayroon silang kakayahan na kumbaga tayo short at saka long time of span yung natin, yung further investigation dahil ah, hindi hindi masyadong ano ang forensic dito sa Philippines. Kumbaga, hindi masyadong nakaka-cope out nag-cope up pa sa mga technology na kailangan para sa forensic investigation. Then, ayun po. So, thank you for listening po and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.